Welcome back, everybody. This is your girl. I am Lovely Ann, and welcome back to the Pulsating Thoughts podcast, where we're having real life, real people, real candid conversations. Okay. I was not going to do this episode because I know it could be very touchy. I'm sorry, especially as it pertains to men. But today's episode is going to be going to be discussing toxic masculinity. And before we even get started, I just want to address the man that in the background that's going to say, "Well, you're not a man, so you can't speak on what toxic masculinity is because you're not a man, so you don't know." Okay, for shits and giggles, I'll give you that. However, you cannot convince me that the clip that I am about to show you is an exemplification of what masculinity and or manhood is. Okay. So I was scrolling through social media, minding my business, and I came across this video that stated, and I'm paraphrasing, a father is mad because the stepfather took his son to the barbershop. So I'm like, okay. So I'm watching this video and it is disturbing to me. I'm sorry. It is absolutely disturbing. As a mother of 3 boys, 2 of them are grown. My last child is soon to be 16. It is disturbing to watch this video and how it unfolds. And there's so many takeaways from this that we're going to discuss today. So before I get into my little rant, I'm going to show you guys this video. Look at it in its entirety. It is about 3 minutes long. And we're going to dissect this because I'm sorry. This is not it. This is not it. Okay? This is not it. So let me go ahead and pull up the video and I'll be back once the video is complete.
I said, "Oh boy, that ain't our shit. That's my motherfucking son."
World Star.
That's my motherfucking son. You don't got no business. Take me to the barbershop. I told you that. I told you that shit. 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 It's your first time.
Hey, let me go ahead and call this mama real quick and we gonna get to the bottom of it.
Alright, you go ahead and you do that. And she better say the right shit, because if she don't, I'm about to get you swinging in this. On God. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
I'm trying to poke you, man.
Yo. Hey, ass not answering the phone, huh? Hey, ass probably well, I thought ass.
Hey, bro.
Man.
Like I told you,
Hey, watch
Get him out your son.
That's not your motherfucking son. That's my motherfucking son. This shit want to be Russell Wilson so motherfucking bad. This shit want to be Russell Wilson so bad. Well, you don't even got a fucking Sierra.
Hey, bro, you doing too damn. Hey, bro.
I need all this little plate.
Hey, she said ass in the phone, huh?
Hey, bro. All right. I'm really showing you. You're doing too damn.
Yeah, all right. Oh, out here. Hey,
Like I said, watch your motherfucking son.
ain't your motherfucking son.
Hold on. Hey, Keisha.
Keisha.
Hey, Keisha. Hey, she up here trying to take Sean with him.
Let me get a little closer. Try to hear
What?
You ain't taking her nowhere until you pay your child support.
What? Child support? That little bitty ass shit. I can pay that shit right now on God.
Do it then.
child.
Slap shit out your ass.
Do it.
Hey, take that aside, man.
Hey, Keisha gonna really let this disrespect me in front of my motherfucking son? With your thought ass?
Oh, man.
Hey, call that. Hey, I'm getting my motherfucking son. We going. Hey, Mike, I appreciate you, but I need my son. I need my son. Hey, let's wrap this shit up. I need my motherfucking son, man.
Bye, bro.
Give me my motherfucking son. Hey, don't kill my son no more. I'm gonna slap the shit out your ass. Yeah, alright. Yeah.
You don't like him, man.
Yeah, alright. Let's go. Alright.
Man, you gonna let him take him like
Shit
that?
out your ass.
Come on, Russell. Was you letting him take?
Hey, man, it's his son. I'm gonna go ahead. I ain't trying to fight.
Oh, man, this man going outside, man.
Yeah, he took it.
That shit crazy, man. You gonna get him, man?
All right. So first, let me start by saying to the stepfather, boyfriend, I don't know what your role is, my brother, but let me say publicly, I take my hat off to you for how you handled this situation. You basically demonstrated what manhood is, healthy masculinity is. You kept your composure. And I know it was difficult. Okay. I know it was very difficult, but you kept your composure to the best of your ability. You tried to keep a cool head. You did the right thing by attempting to get the mother involved. Listen, I take my hat off to you and salute for how you carried yourself during a very difficult situation. Because if that was somebody else, listen, I'm from Miami, okay? And I'm going to say it this way, baby. The goons and goblins in Miami, if Buddy would have rolled up in a barbershop with some of these Miami dudes, he would have got dealt with. And men, you got to check your ego at the door. It definitely demonstrated how fragile the male ego is. Now, I really don't see what the problem is. You have, I don't know if it's his husband or the boyfriend, but why, as a man, as a father, you are so bothered by the fact that another man is taking your son to get a haircut? It is only one reason that makes sense as to why you will be so bothered by another man taking your child to get a haircut. And the only thing that makes sense is the fact that you have to be absent and you feel some type of way because this man is showing you up. It takes a village to raise kids, man. Like why become upset because the mother of your child moved on? Relationships happen. You're looking at a divorcee. Things happen. Not all relationships are repairable. For those that are, great. But that is not a reality for everyday situations. Sometimes some relationships break apart, fall apart, whatever. And it is not a situation where two can reconcile. And that is okay. And sometimes kids are born in these situations. Okay. But you cannot. Oh God, I'm just so disturbed. Like, it's okay, but you can't. The real victim in this situation truly is the child. You know, the whole narrative of oh, this is not your son. Why are you bothered? This man, whoever he is loving on your child. That is an honorable thing, because any man can make a baby, but it takes a real man to be a father to a child, especially to a child that is not biologically his. So as a man, you should feel good and be secure within your own right as a dad to say that, you know what, although my relationship ended with my child's mother, at least she cares enough about herself and the welfare of our child to choose a different dude, a good dude that is willing to come in and love on my child. That's where your mindset should be. That's where your mindset should be as a man. If you are really secure within what and who you are, if you're really doing what you're supposed to do, you would want, if the relationship broke down, cool. It happens. It happens to the best of us. You get what I'm saying? But if it breaks down, you should want to be happy for your significant other. And I'm not going to just base that just on men. That goes for women too, you know, because it takes two to tango. You know, be happy for your significant other if you guys move on. Be happy that someone want to come in that individual, his or her life, and love on your child. That is a great thing. That says a lot about the person's character. And character will tell you everything you need to know about a person. So why are you pressed? You can only be pressed if you're not present and you're pissed. And you still have some type of people only react like that when there's still some type of emotional attachment to the other person that you haven't dealt with. That is only two things that make sense. I'm sorry. You just can't tell me that as a parent that you are so bothered by somebody taking your child to get a haircut. I'm sorry. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Another disturbing factor. The fact that the child was very, I don't know, body language says a lot. And this child was a little too calm in that chair, which we can deductively conclude that this child is accustomed to this type of interactions with adults. That's not good. That is not good. It is not healthy. And then as parents, we wonder why our children grow up and they don't have any conflict resolution skills. They're so desensitized from their emotions. And then they grow up to be adults that don't know how to coexist in relationships because of childhood trauma. This is basically a front door seat of how childhood trauma is developed in a child, because that child was sitting there a little too calm. Matter of fact, everybody in the barbershop, with the exception of the dude that was trying to break it up, was a little bit too comfortable for my taste. Like, why? Over a haircut? I don't know, to the dude who was trying to tell him, hey man, take this outside. I don't know if you was the owner, but you should have shoved his ass straight on out the door, because it's bad for business. It's just bad all the way around. The child really did not need to be exposed to that type of energy. It just didn't need to happen at all. You know, it makes you wonder, how did the biological father even know that the guy was up there? You know, makes you wonder, did the barber? Because at the end he did say, hey, thanks for looking out. So it makes you wonder, you know, can we deductively conclude that it was the barber who actually called, hey man, this dude up here with your kid? Because, you know, men can be messy like that. You know, men can be messy, you know, but we don't know. That's just speculation. You know, I can only go off of the 3-minute video that was demonstrated to us and just make a conclusion based upon what I seen. That's what deductive reasoning is, basically, in layman's terms. So it's just like, man, like none of y'all thought it was necessary to even try to assist the dude in breaking that up for the welfare of the child, because the real victim was the child. And then I'm gonna also say, some people probably would disagree, another victim in this situation was the stepdad or boyfriend or whatever his role is in this situation. Buddy just trying to do what honorable men do. And it's not a lot of brothers out here that's willing to take on the responsibility of another man's child. Give the dude some grace. Give him some respect for that, because a lot of men don't want it. And ladies too. Like, a lot of men don't want the responsibility of another man's kid. That's a raw reality that a lot of us have to come to terms with. You know, and I'm not saying all. If it don't fit you, don't get all in your feelings. There are some. I am blessed to have one in my life. God, thank you, God, you know, but I had to go through a couple of bad seeds before I can even find this. So it is difficult for someone to move forward, you know, with their life and have someone who love trickle down to your offspring. That is a great thing. That is a great thing. So I am just so disturbed by it. I'm really so disturbed by it. You know, the cameraman, you're so petty. You know, you egging it on. You know, we live in a society now, every little thing pop off, you know, instead of people, you know, call the police or something. You just over here recording with your little commentary in the background. it was annoying. It was annoying. Another problem that I have, and I think one of the main things, why are you Black men so bothered by Russell Wilson and Sierra? Because that name came up a couple of times. Oh, you try so hard to be Russell. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? To have a man, again, that's obviously a good dude that was raised with some morals and some ethics, that want to come in, love on this child mama, and take up time with her small son. What's wrong with that? Why is that such an issue for the men that fit this profile? Not everybody. For the men that fit this, why are you bothered by men like Russell Wilson, Russell himself, and then men like that? Why? I am so confused. And the only thing that makes sense is that deep down inside, it's a jealousy. It conveys daddy issues that many of you guys may have. It conveys a lack thereof within self. Maybe you're jealous of the fact of who Russell Wilson has become, on his own merit, and a demonstration of manhood that he exhibits in his career as well as his life. I think that makes a bunch of y'all ass itch. I mean, it just really bothers some of you guys. So what? So what if he chose Sierra in the narrative of, oh, she should have chose better? Show me a person that walked this earth that's perfect, number one, and number two, that has made all the right decisions. I'll wait, because that person does not exist. I think we as a society, unperfect people, have unrealistic expectations of perfection. And y'all mad at Russell for being a great dude, a father, a leader, a provider. Y'all mad at this man because he professed the 3 P's that a man should. He professes his love, he provides, and he protects. Isn't that what y'all say manhood is? Isn't that what you say, real men say, manhood is? So why does that bother Black men who are so pressed with the negative connotation associated with Russell Wilson and Sierra? I really don't get it. I really don't get it. To all the men, I am a byproduct of a man just like Russell Wilson. Okay? God rest his soul, Alfred Lee Barr, came into my mother's life at the lowest point of her life. My father, my biological father, left my mother for another woman. Okay? They were married, babies my baby brother was 6 months old. He left her for another woman, his choice. But another man came in years later. He was a principal. He had one daughter of his own. My mother had nothing. And he came in and he loved her as she was. And his love trickled down and covered not only her, but 4 of her children she had in the house. 4. And he was there. I think I was like 5 or 6 at the time. That man was there for 25 years until the day he took his last breath. And that man protected us. He provided for us. He professed his love to my mother. His love not only did not stop with her. It trickled down to us. And when I had my children, you know who was at the hospital to pick me up? It was him. Graduations. My brother played football. Anything we was a part of, it was his face that we seen. Not my dad. And yet my dad My biological father was just like how the guy you see in this video. What are you mad for? You walked, you left, you didn't look back. You didn't give a damn how your kids ate. You didn't care. But this man did, but you want to be upset with him? Why? He's doing your job. He's doing your job. Why? He's not abusing your kids. He didn't molest your daughter, which I was molested. Where were you, Dad, to protect me from that? But that's a different conversation. You get what I'm saying? But he did the best he could. He did the best he could. He gave. He provided. He poured into us. Told us what we could be when we wanted you. It was him who told us. It's all right. Don't worry about it. I got it. You can do this. You can be this. His love trickled down to my children. That is the only man that my children knew and know still to this day, although he died in 2015. That is the only man still to this day that my kids know as grandfather. That is a byproduct of the Russell Wilson in my life. Me and my siblings. When my brother went off to the military, my baby brother said he wanted to go to the military. He took my brother to the bookstore, everything. I mean, it's countless of things I can name. Do you know what that does to a child who is looking, wanting, and desiring a father's love? Okay? An absent father's love. And to have someone step in and to fill that void. Do you know what that does to a child? Do you know? I don't think some of y'all do. So I applaud the Russell Wilsons of this world. I applaud the young man in this video, my brother. I pray that this does not deter you from doing the right thing. Obviously, you were raised by a great family. Just by the way you handled yourself says a lot about you, your character, and your upbringing. It says a lot. And I pray that it does not deter you from walking away from this young lady, whomever she is, or stepping away from this child. Another problem I had with that video, when the guy attempted to correct the way the father was talking to the child, he got, it's not even, like, dude, do you not see you, bro, the baby's watching this. The babies are watching this. Do you see what you are demonstrating to this child? Do you see? Do you really even care to be a good role model to your son? Can you stand by and look at that video and say you were right as to how you carried yourself? Come on, man. We have to do better. We have to do better. Fathers, I pray that those who are watching this, if you are not involved in your child's life, please do. And I'm not going to attack just the men. Females, we got to get it together too. We got to get it together too. Because it's some toxic femininity too. And that is not the way that we should carry ourselves when we have children. It's not about us. When you have a child, you lie down a lot of you for the sake of these children that you have. A lot of you, a huge portion of you should die. That's the selfishness part of you should die for the sake of your offspring. We should want better for our children. Wanting better is providing the foundation so that they can be better. It takes a village to raise children. Mama can't do it all by herself. Dad can't do it all by himself. Sometimes as parents, especially for those of us who became young parents, we really didn't even have everything we needed to pour into our children. So if anybody want to come in and pour into your child, don't feel intimidated by that. Don't feel intimidated by that. Because I thank God for my Russell Wilson. May God bless his soul. May he sleep peacefully in his grave. But man, it's not too many men that's willing to step up and that's willing to look beyond themselves for the bigger cause. So that's my little rant for today, y'all. Like, I just was very disturbed by that video. I can't stand it. I am a woman. I'm good now, but for the bulk of it, I raised my kids by myself. By the grace of God, after my divorce, when their dad walked away, when we divorced, he was just one of those guys where, hey, I divorced the mama, don't have access to the mama, I don't want nothing to do with the kids, and it became more about the child support than the kids. It's like, that's just one aspect of it. I worked. That's one aspect of it. But what those boys really need, for whatever reason, he couldn't move beyond himself for the greater of his kids. And I thank God that my boys turned out to be pretty good. I don't have no complaints. There were some bumps in the road, but I knew that my boys needed a man in their life to teach them things that I never could as a woman. And that is the reality, ladies. Like, if you have boys, you cannot teach your boys how to be men. That is a task of a willing man. So my brother, wherever you are, why are you pressed if this man wants to teach your son something you may not have had, that you may not have had in your life, or you may not have within to give to him? Why are you upset, man? This man loving on your child. Move out the way, bro. Because the way that you're going to do more damage to the child than he ever is. Than he ever will. Move out the way, man. If you can't be what that child needs, move out the way and let someone come in and take on that task. Let someone come in and just move beyond yourself for the greater cause of these children. So there's a lot I learned along the way. And I am very happy of the individual that I have in my life who wanted to take on the role of not just loving me, but loving my boys and building a true relationship with them. And he has his own children. But I'm glad for that, because I understand the need, and it's not about me. And I'm blessed that I think enough of myself to choose a partner that is willing and ready to be that individual, and vice versa. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this video. That's my little rant for today. But tell me what you think about this video. You can add some context to it. Tell me what you think. Do you think dad was right? What's your thoughts on stepdad? Or boyfriend? I'm not even sure what his title is. But again, my brother, before I signed out, I applaud you. Thank you for handling yourself like a real man should. All right. In the meantime, y'all drop those your commentary in the box, in the chat, and let's talk about this. And let's discuss different ways how we could be better, and how we could be better parents and be more unified when it comes to relationships and raising these children. In the meantime, I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Stay tuned. I have 2 episodes that is coming up. It is going to be titled Life After Active Duty. And I have 2 people, male and female, who's going to come to you guys, and we're going to discuss the life of a military soldier and the transition coming out back into civilian world. So in the meantime, guys, I'll be looking out for the comments, and we'll be in touch real soon. Peace out.